Let us consider a pizza. Okay, so let's think this is a pizza. I'm not sure if this is exactly round or not, but let's consider this as a pizza. And if we want to take a piece out of it, what we will do is we will cut it like this and we will take it out. Now this is a slice and this entire thing is a pizza. So is this the only way we take a slice out of it? No, we can take multiple sizes as well. So let's say if we cut it like this, it is also a slice. This is also a slice. Let's say if we cut it like this entire thing is also a slice. Even the entire pizza is also a single slice. So basically, if you see a format, a slice is continuous. It is continuous from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. It is continuous. A slice is a continuous part of the entire thing. We need this analogy to see how slices work in Rust. Hello you people and welcome back to the episode 12 of Rust series, and in this video we are going to see about slices in Rust and how we can use them and where we can use them and how string literals in Rust are string slices. We will see these things in this video, and without further ado, let's get started. What exactly is a slice now? So as we have seen in this pizza example, a slice is a part of entire thing. What are these entire things? These entire things are any collection in Rust. Any collection in Rust that can be broken into smaller pieces. For example, it can be a string, it is a collection of characters, it can be a array of any type, and it can be broken down into that further types, and it can be any collection in the Rust. For example, vectors, which we will see in the further episodes of Rust series. It can be anything that can be broken down. So a slice is part of these things and not just a part, it is continuous part. Let's say if we consider a string, for example, this is a string. Let's consider this is a string, and any continuous part of this string can be considered as a slice. It can be from here to here, here to here, here to here, anything but continuous inside that collection is a string, is a slice. Now let's see this in the practice, and as usual, first let's create the project cargo new, and I'm calling it as slices, and go into the slices project, and now I'm opening the main.rs file. So this is the main.rs file, and I'm removing this println and hello world func line, and now let's try to create a collection. Let's start with array. So let's call it arr equal to some numbers 1 2 3 4 5. So this is an array which is having 5 elements, and those are 1 2 3 4 5. And now let's try to print a particular slice of it. Let's say we want to get a slice of 2 3 4. Remember, the slice should be continuous. It can be anything from anywhere to anywhere, but it should be continuous. Let's take a slice from 2 3 4 and see how it can work. So let's try to create a slice of 2 3 4. So for that, let's create a variable slice equal to. So to create a slice of a collection, what we have to do is we have to give ampersand and name of the collection, which is arr in our case, and in the square braces, what we have to do is we have to give the range from where to where we want the slice. It should be the index of the particular starting index and the ending index of the particular slice. So we want our slice start from 2. So the index of 2 is 1, right? So it starts from 0. This is 1 is at 0 index, 2 is at the 1 index. So we are starting it from 1, and to specify the range, what we have to do is we have to give 2 dots. So this will tell that this is the start index, and we will give the end index. So it should get the slice from the start and the end. So what we have to do is we have to give the end index. The end index should be exclusive. So let's say we have given 1, so it will include 2. But if we give the index of 4, it won't include this. So we have to give the index of 5 here. So which is 4. So index of 5 is 4 here. So we have given this particular range. So it starts from 1, it includes 1 index, but it won't include 4, and it stops at 3 index. So now what we want to do is we want to print this. So for that, what we can do is we can iterate through this. We can iterate through, let's say, for item in what, in slice, and we want to iterate through it. So there is a function called iter. We can call it on all the collections. So it will return the items inside the collection which we have given for the iter function. So inside this, what we can do is we can print it, println, and we can print it like this, or what we were using before is this. We can use anything. Let's just change to this format just to see a change on how we can work on things. So let's save this now and let's try to run this. So this should print from 2, which is at the 1 index, and it should print up to 4th index, but not the 4th index. So it should print up to 4. So let's run this, and as you can see, it printed 2, 3, 4, which is as expected and which we wanted. Let's just do this the same thing with strings as well. So let's create a string str1, and let's string from, and let's give it something, and now let's create a slice of it, str1 slice. Let's call it str1 slice, which should be equal to ampersand str1, and let's give the range from which we want. Let's print only thing from this entire something, so which starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th index, and it should go all the way up to the last. So a shorthand is we don't need to give the end index if we want to print from somewhere to the entire thing up to the last. So we want to start from 4th index and we want to go through the entire thing in the string, so we don't need to give the end index. So let's use this, and to print this we don't need to iterate through it because it is a string slice, so we can directly use it like this. So str1 slice. So let's save this and let's run this. So as you can see, it printed 2, 3, 4, which is from the array slice, and it printed thing which is from the string slice. As I have said in the pizza example, the entire pizza is also a slice. So in our case, the entire string or the entire array should also be the slice. So let's try to slice the entire thing from this string. So what I meant is, let's try to create a variable full slice, and let's try to slice entire str1. So we want in this slice the entire something. How we can do that? If we are trying to slice the entire thing, we don't need to give any start index or the end index because we want to slice everything. We can just give the 2 dots. So it will take from starting to the end of the entire string that we have given. So let's try to print this full slice and save this and run this. So as you can see that this printed something which is the full slice of this above string something. So in this way, without giving any start index or the end index, we can slice the entire collection. As I have said in one of my earlier videos that a string literal is a slice type of string. So what I meant is, so if we create a variable slice equal to, this is a string literal. So we are giving a string directly like this. So this is what we call as a string literal. Anything that we give inside double quotes like this and we directly assign it to a variable, this is a string literal. So let's try to create a normal string str1 equal to, how we do that, using string from, let's call it just a string. So these are the two types of strings that I have discussed in that earlier video. So I called this as string type and I called this as string slice. So the reason being is, this is actually a slice of string. How we can tell that it is a slice? That is because if we try to compile this program, this will generate a binary format, and this binary will run line by line to execute the program. So while generating this binary and while running this binary, this particular str1 is generated while running this binary. So while running this binary, when we come to this line, then only we will generate this string and we will assign it to the str1. But when we try to create this string literal, this is embedded inside the binary. This is literally embedded inside this binary, and it will be assigned to slice even before running this binary. This binary will have this particular string literal inside this binary. So this is embedded inside this binary. Any slice, not only the string slice, but any slice points to a continuous memory. So let's say if we call ampersand ARR, it points to some continuous memory in the actual main memory. But in case of the string literals like this, it is also a slice, but it points to a continuous memory inside the binary format of the program. So that is why this string literal is a slice type. Let's try to see where we can use string slice effectively. Let's try to create a function which will with the name print str, and which will take a string as input, and it won't do much. It just prints the input that it's taken. So it will just take the string input and it will just print that string. That's what this print str function will do. And in the main, let's try to create a string variable, and let's give it some value. Let's give it my name, Chiranjeevi, and let's try to use the function that we created, and let's try to print this using that function. Save this and try to run this, and it should print Chiranjeevi without any problem, because it's expecting string type and we are passing it string type, and it's working fine. Now let's try to create a problem here. Let's create another string str2, and let's not use the string from function, and let's try to create a string literal directly like this using double quotes, and let's give my last name, which is Tirunagari, and let's try to use the same function which is with str2 string. This is a slice now. As we have said in the previous section, a string literal is a slice. So if we try to run this, obviously it should throw an error because it is expecting a string type, not a slice type. So when we are using normal strings and string slices in our program, it is ideal to use string slice as type instead of string directly. So how we can give the string slice as type? Using ampersand str. So ampersand str is a string slice type. So if we do this, this will pass perfectly because this is a slice, but this is not a slice, this is a string. But the problem that it solves is, by giving this slice type here, we can pass any normal string created like this as a slice using this ampersand, and we want to give the entire string. So what we will do is, we will give just 2 dots so that it will take the name without any patches. So it will give entire Chiranjeevi inside this print str function, so it will print that thing. If we have given string type here, it will only accept the string and not the string slice. If we give string slice here, it will accept string slice, and we can pass normal strings as slices also. So this will solve our problem of not being consistent with string type and string slice. So let's try to run this. Now this will run without any problem, because now we can pass this normal string as string slice as well. One very important point to note is that slices in Rust are immutable. Try to change the value of a slice and you will notice an error that it can't change the value of it. And that's it for this video, and make sure you like, share and subscribe to this channel for the future episodes of Rust series, and until then, bye bye.